Ito ang balitang hindi dapat palagpasin ng taong bayan, kung saan pati ang international media sa Japan ibinalitang di umano'y kasinungalingan ni President Bongbong Marcos Jr. Magmula nang ito'y nangangampanya pa lamang hanggang sa maupo sa pwesto noong taong 2022, hanggang sa nangyaring ipinadakip ang dating Pangulo na si Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ang kaisa-isang Pangulo na pumayag na ilibing ang kanyang ama sa libingan ng mga bayani. Noon pa man ay tinutulan na ng mga kritiko ng Marcos sa isang media outlet sa Japan. Tila sinampal ng buong katotohanan at kahihiyan ang administrasyong Marcos matapos tila i-timeline pa ang nasabing balita, kung saan dito'y sunod-sunod na ipinakita kung papaano raw nagsalita at itinanggi ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na kahit kailan ay hindi raw makakapasok ang International Criminal Court sa Pilipinas at hindi kailan magkakaroon ng jurisdiction. Tila maging ang mga aligasyon ng investigasyon patungkol sa extrajudicial killing ng dating administrasyong Duterte. Ngunit tila ano raw ang nangyari. Nabasa mismo sa maraming mga Hapon at ilang mga Japanese-Filipino citizen sa Japan, wala raw bang isang salita ang Pangulo at sadyang nagsinungaling siya para ipagkalulo ang kapwa niya Pilipino na siyang nagbigay daan para mailibing ang kanyang ama sa libingan ng mga bayani.
Alam niyo ba na si Duterte ay paborito ng mga taga-Japan? Hindi lang mga Pinoy, pati na rin mga Japanese. Kaya sobrang daming nalungkot sa nangyari sa kanya ngayon. So, ito yung top 3 reason kung bakit paborito ng mga Japanese si Duterte. Number 1 reason, strong leadership at may kamay na bakal. Dito sa Japan, highly respected ang mga leaders na decisive at firm. At kilala si Duterte sa kanyang tapang at malasakit na style of governance, lalo na sa law enforcement at war on drugs.
My campaign against drugs will not stop until the end of my term.
Para sa maraming Japanese, ang ganitong klase ng leader ay isang bagay na hinahangaan. Number 2 reason ay matibay na Philippine-Japan relation dahil sa naging golden age ng relasyon ng dalawang bansa. Noong 2017, nagkaroon ng multi-billion dollar assistance ang Japan para sa infrastructure project sa Pilipinas, kabilang ang MRT-3 rehabilitation at flood control programs. Number 3 ay close sa mga Japanese leaders si Duterte. Isa sa pinaka-iconic moment ni Duterte dito sa Japan ay ang special ban niya kay Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Alam mo ba, ang Prime Minister mismo ay bumisita sa bahay ni Duterte sa Davao. Isang bihirang gesture ito para sa isang Japanese leader. Patunay na malakas ang personal connection nila. Dahil dito, lalo pang lumalim ang respeto ng mga Japanese kay Duterte. Sa lahat na naging relasyon ng Pilipinas at Japan, walang duda na isa si Duterte sa pinaka-well-received na Pinoy leaders dito. Sabi nga nila, respect is earned, and Duterte certainly made his mark dito sa Japan.
Sikat na sikat ang Pilipinas, mga be. O, dito balitang-balita sa TV ng Japan. Umaga, gabi. Ayan yung mga balita nila dito. Ganyan na ganyan. O, happy? Happy na yung mga BBM dyan. Yan o, sikat si BBM o, happy show. Naku po, ay, ang ganda ng Sara namin. Blooming, hindi nagpapatinag, Duterte. Yan yung topic nila dito, mga be. Ganyan, talagang hinihimay-himay nila. Diba? Ganyan. Oh, happy na kayo, sikat na tayo. Sikat. Ay, nako. Ay, nako talaga.
今元ご指摘の通り、腹を拘束して、ハグにね、送ったということで、これは権力者、どんな権力者であっても、こういう逮捕される可能性があるということを、示したという点では、大変意義があるんじゃないかなというふうに。
Ito ang pinaka-solid, mga Lods. Panoorin natin yung mga kababayan nating seaman. Saludo po.
Duterte! 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 Duterte!
you. Solid, mga kababayan nating seaman. I'm not surprised, no? Kasi marami talaga mga kababayan nating nagbabarko, di ba? Or mga kababayan nating seaman ay talagang sumusuporta sa mga Duterte. Kita niyo yan, mga Lods. Yan, si Tatay Digong na nasa isang taxi. Alam niyo ba, mga Lods, na sa Davao City, nung mayor pa si Tatay Digong, siya mismo ay umiikot sa Davao City, nagpapakaala, taxi driver siya. Alam niyo bakit, mga Lods? Para siya mismo, first hand, makita niya kung talaga bang tahimik ang Davao, diba? Kumbaga, chine-check niya kung may mga masasamang loob, may mga hold-upper. Siya mismo, chine-check niya talaga at ina-assure niya na safe ang Davaoenos. Grabe, no? Grabeng leadership. Imaginein mo, gagawin niya lahat para maprotektahan lang ang mga kababayan natin sa Davao. Sige nga, mga Lods, i-challenge ko kayo. Bigyan mo ako ng isang public servant na ganyan ang ginagawa niyang pag-check sa kanyang constituents or mga kababayan. Wala, only Tatay Digong. Kaya hindi mo masisi bakit mahal na mahal ng mga Pilipino si Tatay Digong. Kasi hindi lang siya politiko eh. Public servant talaga siya. At ina-assure niya talaga na ang bawat tao ay magkaroon ng ligtas at safe na environment. Ganyan, di ba? Talagang masasabi mo, tatay talaga siya. Di ba? Kaya nararamdaman natin nung time na naging presidente siya na protektado tayo, safe tayo, may magtatanggol sa atin. Kaya di nyo po kami masisisi bakit ganito na lang yung paghanga namin, no, kay former President Rodrigo Duterte. Kasi even siya, pinaparamdam niya sa amin na deserve naming protektahan at deserve nating pahalagahan. Grabe ang Davao City. Panoorin natin, mga Lods. Oh! Grabe. Davao yan. At hindi yan fake news. Davao po yan. Yes, Davao yan. If I'm not mistaken, sa May Claveria yan.
In reference to my previous video, let me be clear. This is not about taking sides.
Tama.
This is not about politics, nor about personal loyalty. This is about something much bigger.
Tama.
This is about the Philippines, our justice system, our sovereignty, and our future as a nation. I have seen many comments from people who are divided on this issue, and I respect that. We are all Filipinos, and at the core of it all, we all want justice. But the real question we should be asking is, who should be the first to handle Filipino matters?
Tama.
The answer should be obvious. The Philippines must be the first port of call when it comes to our own people and our own issues. Yes, our legal system is not perfect. Yes, there is always room for improvement. But if we do not trust ourselves to govern, who will?
Tama.
If we keep turning to outside forces to dictate our fate, we are sending a message to the world that we are weak, incapable, and unable to solve our own problems. And where does it end? The United States, China, and Russia are not ICC members.
Tama.
Their leaders are never tried by a foreign tribunal. Why? Because they defend their sovereignty.
Agree.
The UK, the US, and every major world power stand by their own legal systems.
Tama.
But here we are, allowing a foreign court to take one of our own. This is not just about Duterte. This is about the Philippines. If we allow this now, What's stopping this from happening again?
Tama.
If we let outside forces
Tama.
dictate our justice system today, who will be next?
Tama.
What happens to the next president?
Tama.
Who makes a decision that foreign powers don't like? We have already seen what happens when we fail to protect our country from foreign interference.
Tama.
We had a government that brought back drugs, crime, and instability, undoing years of progress in law and order. We should be asking why we are so quick to trust outsiders but
Tama.
refuse to strengthen our own system.
Tama.
If the problem is corruption in our judiciary, then fix it.
Tama.
If the problem is fear, then address it. But handing over our responsibilities to a foreign court is not the solution. I refuse to believe that we are incapable of standing on our own. I refuse to accept the idea that Philippines will always be dependent on others. I have a vision for this country. I want to see the day when the Philippines rises to its full potential, where we are strong, where we uphold our own justice,
Tama.
and where we do not need foreign tribunals
Tama.
to tell us how to govern. Because no foreign power, no tribunal, no government, no outside influence will ever care for the Philippines more than we, the Filipino people, do.
Tama.
So I ask you, are we truly free if we cannot even govern ourselves? This is
Tama.
not about one man. This is about the fate of our nation.
Tama.
Who gets to decide it? Us or them?
Tama.
What about the rights of the 30,000 who he summarily had killed?
Wow.
30,000 victims
What?
were killed
Wow.
without any due process.
Oh.
But were the 30,000 allowed to go to court? Were the 30,000 read their rights? When they were executed, were they allowed to plead their case?
Wow.
I am taking the side of the 30,000 who were slaughtered. They were killed. They were tortured.
They were killed. They were tortured. Yung martial law ba? Sa martial law ba ang tinutukoy mo, Remolia? Opo ka, uy. 30,000 were killed. Oh, sino-sino yung 30,000 na yan? Ha? Maniniwala pa ako kung yung 30,000 na yan tortured and killed during martial law. Tang ina nitong si Remolia. Sinungaling! Grabe, no? Grabe talaga sila. Talagang kinakagat nila at gusto nilang pakagatin ang mga Pilipino na 30,000 were killed, were tortured. Ay, nako, Remolia. Ilabas nyo ang 30,000 names na sinasabi nyo para hindi kayo fake news, ha? Yung nakalagay nga dun sa ICC, 43 lang. Allegedly pa. Meaning hindi pa napatunayan. Bugok. Tapos ngayon, sasabihin mo sa amin, 30,000? Nek-nek mo. Ito pa. Another tanim, patay, stories. Mga gago to sila. Grabe, ito na naman, oh. Yan na naman, oh. Basahin natin, mga lods. I received several messages from my friends because of this picture circulating online. I'm not sure why these people use my dad's picture, but he did not die from anything related to AJK. Papa niya pala. Wala pod connection to former President Duterte either. Just to be clear, he was murdered. Oh my God. He was murdered by people who are in jail right now. He was murdered because of greed, jealousy, and reasons that our family could never understand and accept. It had nothing to do with drugs, AJK, or to former President Digong. Keep his picture out of your selfish agendas. He was and forever will be respected by his family, urologist, by his family, colleagues, and patients. Ay, Diyos ko. Tanim patay yarn. So, ito. Kasi maraming nagsilabasan at nagsasabi sila na hindi totoo yung mga nasa picture. Oh my God. So, may totoo ba talagang biktima ng AJK? Or baka gawa-gawa nyo lang? Apakasinungaling yung mga hinayupa kayo. Ito yung mga dinadala sa ICC. Dapat kayo yung mga dinadala sa ICC. At sino kang buwisit kang matanda ka? Anong sinasabi mo? Tangina nyo? Grabe. Ginamit nyo pa yung picture ng ibang namayapa na. Mga wala kayong kwenta.